So I am putting up a new version of Big Blue now, and I just wanted to make a video that explains how the interface works for adding folders or directories as list items in the front end. So for this example, I have this Larry Sanders folder in my D drive, and I have a season 1 folder in that, and I have the season 1 episodes. And so I'm going to want to put this in Big Blue. So if I launch this thing and I go to TV shows, you'll see I just have Star Trek. These are my pre-created list items, that I put in here. Okay, so now if I go into Big Blue config and I go into my list, I go into TV shows, so you'll notice that there's now an add folder, a button. If I click on that, then I can create a new item. And even though, there's actually like a folder browser where you can just browse through the folder, but I'm a keyboard person. And see here, you can put in folder search pattern. So this basically is just a search pattern where you can say something like, I want to get all the files in the directory, or maybe I only want to get the AVI files, or maybe I only want MP4 or whatever it is. And you'll see there's also a folder template drop down. Now this is all your program templates. I have a template for VLC, and if I select that and say populate, see how it automatically plugged in this folder's, the program location, the parameters that I defined, and also I can select like a snapshot for the Larry Sanders Show. And it also put in the snapshot template, and you'll also notice that there are all these additional input boxes for template, item, or rather snapshot template, video preview template, marquee image template, and so on. Basically, these templates are just the way for the thing to let you select an image for the initial item in the list. But then for all of the children items, the actual files and folders inside of the folder, the template is what's going to dictate, how they're going to pull in. So if I do something like this, basically what's going to happen is every file in the folder, that has like a, basically, for every file, if the name of the file without the extension is the same as what I defined in this, this snapshot template here, then that is the image it's going to show. So, for example, in the Larry Sanders folder, there's an S01E01.avi. And in my snap folder, I have an S01E01.png. So this is just going to let me, just plug in different images, for all of those things. Okay, so I don't really need that. Okay, so yeah, and so what I tried to do is I've tried to kind of, reorganize the, adding list item windows to kind of keep all of like the basic, most commonly used stuff on the left, and then kind of all the extra like a multi-monitor garbage and all that stuff that people wouldn't use as often to the right. So you can largely kind of ignore the right unless you're doing crazy multi-monitor stuff. Yeah, so okay, so that's in there. So let's see how this looks. So if I go to TV shows, so you see now I have Larry Sanders Show showing the image. I don't have an image for the season 1 folder, but then I go in there and see, I can see the stuff. So because those are the names of the the files. And so, yeah, so it's nice. You know, you can do whatever you want, basically. You can just keep on, um, adding folders, and you can have subfolders within the folders that you have, and, all that stuff. Yeah, and then you can see too how in the configuration utility here, like for example here, I could just create what I'll call like a new item, and I'll just say that this is like MAME or something. And then this can be, well, whatever, that's fine. So here I have this MAME thing. I'm just going to put it at the bottom. You'll notice now when you edit items, there's also a convert to list and a convert to folder now. So if you have an existing item that you want to convert to a folder, you can do that now. So if I convert it to a folder, it's going to ask you, it's going to say, okay, well, like, where's the folder? And you could browse to it. And, so if I say the E drive, for example, and see how now it's pointing to E for the folder location, and it has like the standard stuff in there. So in this case, I could say, all right, I'm going to use MAME as my folder template and populate it. And so basically, see how the snapshot template is going to basically look at my snapshot folder here and bring in any images if they have the same file name. So here though, I'm going to actually want to pick my real ROMs folder. So now if I launch this again, so see how there's MAME, and now it's going through all 30-something thousand MAME ROMs, and see how it just brought all those in. And then, of course, I don't... Oh, yeah, so there's, Killer Instinct. And see how the template just brought it all in there? If I go to, like... I don't know. Yeah, this one I guess. Yeah, see how it just automatically brought it all in based on the name? So, yeah, I mean, you can really use it for anything. It's basically just, now you can use folders, create folders, and point to those. Or if you still want to, you can create a static list that's predefined. It doesn't have to be a folder. It's just, so essentially Big Blue is a full-on media player now. You can just, like you could just have a dumping folder where you just put your movies or whatever and just point Big Blue with that, and it's just going to bring in that stuff, and you can just make it play with VLC, and game over.